whether it's with credit or with budgeting. It's not just a black and white mortgage. What's your credit score? What kind of work do you do? You know, the journey is basically finding out what their goals are, how I can help them get into home ownership, and giving them a path. I mean, there's so many families that we've been able to help, and every day just being at the closing table, handing someone the keys, it's just priceless. I mean, that feeling, changing somebody's life like that is, you know, and just yesterday I was with a young couple and we were in Newtown, Pennsylvania, and it's their first home. We handed them the keys. They stood up. We said, congratulations. And they were just so overwhelmed. They could not believe that they actually purchased a home. And there's no better feeling than that.
That's a beautiful town too, Newton.
Oh, yeah. It's great.
But it's be an amazing, rewarding feeling.
So, yeah, definitely. But especially for veterans, right, Barry? Right. Because you know, they serve our country, they sacrifice, and they come home, and that transition home, I'm sure, could be extremely overwhelming, not just emotionally, but you have to get your family in order, your home, where are you living?
How the government forgets about them too. So
yes,
people who don't forget about them. So
and
exactly.
You know,
so how did that transition to open up to veterans? Because it's a fairly new mission, and just wondering, did you meet a veteran, and did you have a certain story or experience?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. So over 20 years, I've been helping families achieve home ownership. And when I really learned how many veterans never fully understand the benefits that are available to them, it was shocking. So I knew that I just had to do more. And Land Served, Land Deserved was created, you know, to honor those who served by helping them build wealth and stability through home ownership. When I talk to veterans, whether they're still in active duty or veterans, I mean, just the basic, they don't even understand that they can do 100% financing. That means no down payment.
Wow.
And I mean, I'll get into a little bit more of the benefits, but you know, this just became a mission for me, because it's a lot more than a mortgage. And Lisa, the way you and I met, you know, we started talking.
We met on an airplane.
We did meet on an
flying
airplane.
Back from Philly. I mean,
I was flying back from Florida.
Yeah.
And you were playing that game and you could not figure out that word. Barry, when I tell you 20 minutes, and I had no idea who Lisa was, and I literally was like, give me your phone. He's like, what? I'm like, give me your phone. And I looked at the word and I couldn't figure it out. My mom, who does crossword puzzles, I'm like, Mom, can you figure this out? 10 minutes.
We're on the phone, passing my phone down the road.
Yeah,
right.
It was hysterical. And then she shut the phone, and I mean, forgive me, Lisa, but your font was really big. And I saw the name, and I was like, wait, you know so-and-so? And then it just became a whole conversation.
My font. Yes, my font.
Right. So it wasn't like I was stalking your phone. It just so happened that
Mary, she was basically reading my text message. No, but the name Papali, Janet Papali, your friend, Vince Papali.
Right.
And she said, I'm not reading your text, but do you know Vince and Janet? Or, you know, we got talking, and what are the chances? You know,
wow, it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But you know, and then we got into talking about this mission, and I said,
and I love your passion, and that's why you're here, because Barry and I really love veterans and their families and have great respect. And we thought, wow, if there are veterans out there that don't know about this, we want to provide this information. How did they contact you? I know your website is fairly new. Can they still contact you through that?
Absolutely. They can contact me through landserved.com. Okay. So all the resources and things aren't up as yet, but you can definitely go to the website. You can leave your information there. My information is there as well, and contact me. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. And again, this is my mission. So when somebody says, I'm not sure what questions to ask, or this might be a silly question, it goes back to, if you don't ask, the answer is no. So,
Yeah.
so don't hesitate. But, this also came from, people they fought for land that they didn't own. And I want to be able to give them that opportunity to own a piece of what they fought for.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah.
So,
right. So true.
And Barry, just, every time I see a veteran, I always thank them for their service. And it doesn't feel like it's enough at all. They're, they appreciate it, but it's just not enough. So I figured if there's a way that I could give back and help this community, whether it's through mortgages or it's through, advocating just the other services that are available to them. It's not about the mortgages. It's about being, educating them and advocating for them. And that's my mission.
That's a big way to help too. That's very important. So
yeah, certainly. I mean,
that's really amazing.
Yeah. And I wonder why, it doesn't matter. It doesn't sound like no one else is really providing this information, and, they've earned it. I mean, it's their, what else besides, no money down for financing? What other benefits do you find that they're missing out on, and it just makes you crazy because you want them to know about it?
Yeah. There's a couple of really amazing benefits. Again, no down payment is amazing. No monthly mortgage insurance. So in the mortgage world, if you put less than 20% down, you're going to have what they call private mortgage insurance. And that's on a conventional loan. When you do an FHA, which is through the Federal Housing Administration, no matter how much you put down, you're going to have mortgage insurance. But with a VA loan, there is no mortgage insurance. So your purchasing power becomes more, right? Because you don't have any of that PMI. It's saving them thousands and thousands of dollars over the course of the loan.
Sure.
Many people think once they've already gotten a VA loan that they can't reuse that benefit, and that's not true. So if you have a VA loan now and you want to sell your house, you can get another VA loan. So you can do another loan with 100% financing.
Wow.
When it comes to qualifying for a loan, we have what's called debt to income ratio, and they take all your debt that is on your credit report. So we're not talking about your cell phone bill. We're not talking about life insurance or things like that. Only things that show up on your credit report. And we divide that into your gross annual income. And it's what we call a debt to income ratio. So what happens is with a VA loan, you have a lot more flexibility because those ratios can be higher. So the VA looks at the whole financial picture.
Okay.
Another benefit is surviving spouse benefits. So certain spousals of service can absolutely get this benefit as well. And they don't know that. So you might have a husband or a wife that served,
right,
and they don't even know that they may be eligible for this loan as well.
That's okay. I bet they don't know, but that's great.
Right. And like I said, it's my mission to make that happen.
Right.
When the interest rates come down, and I'm manifesting.
When is that?
So I'm manifesting this. So they came down yesterday for a little bit, but let's get the war settled down, and then the rates are going to settle down. But my point in bringing this up is they have a VA streamline where it's called an IRRL, which is an interest rate reduction loan. And it allows VA loans to be refinanced without having appraisals, without having documents. If the interest rate is lower and it's a benefit, we can just drop you down to that next rate.
That's awesome.
Hey, Deanne, I have a question for you. So do veterans find you because of your reputation? Do you seek out maybe veteran organizations and let them know that veterans can come to you? A little of both?
So as of 2 weeks ago, people were coming to me and being referred to me through veterans. But now, look out, because I am going to be everywhere, and I'm going to make sure that everyone knows about me. And
There
I'm
you go.
going to try. My goal is to help as many people as I can.
Oh, good.
You have Rob Langston. Bad Rob is on here.
Yeah.
Our
He's one
veteran.
of ours.
Yes, we just awarded him a drone through the
Yes.
Veterans Drone Training
Oh,
Program
congratulations. That's wonderful.
through our
Yes.
nonprofit, A Right to Heal.
Yep.
And our board member, Pam Arnell, is on as well. But Rob's definitely going to your website.
Okay,
That's
good.
great. We're glad
Yeah,
you're
Rob
doing that.
We'll spread the
Thank you,
word.
Rob.
We'll all spread the word, actually, for sure.
Yes, we
That's
will.
great.
Because we have
You
a lot
know-
of friends on social media who are veterans, and so I want to post what you do. No.
That means a lot to me. Thank you so
Sure.
much.
Absolutely.
I really
Yeah, and I may as
appreciate
well
it.
just keep that up there. This way everyone knows it's there. Have
Okay.
you experienced a veteran with family that is transitioning home and just overwhelmed with the amount of things that they have in front of them? You
A
know,
lot of, yeah.
yeah, and
A
then
lot.
like, can you share with us how do you because I know if you gain the name Mortgage Mom, that means you're nurturing and loving because the word mom, signifies that. So with veterans and their families, I would imagine you have some like very much like, okay, whoa, this is too much information. How do I process? How do you help them?
So I know this sounds corny, but I just really got to chill by being able to tell this story. A lot of times I will meet them in person or have them come to my office or go to their home because there is so much information and it is overwhelming. And I really my job is to make it as simple as possible. So the way that I do that is by asking a lot of questions, finding out what their goals are, what their needs are, what their wants are, finding out what is most important to them. Is it a school district? It is, having a fence in the backyard. Is it being in a safe neighborhood? So these are all questions that we go through together. And it's not a phone call most of the time. It's let's meet in person because I want to gain your trust and confidence so that I can help you. And a lot of times it's a lot of hand holding. It does get very emotional because again, some of our veterans and some of that have come home are disabled. And they don't realize that with that disability, as grateful as we are, a lot of times there's no funding fee. So there are even more benefits that they don't realize, which they don't pay a funding fee. And a lot of times, depending on what state and what county they're in, they're also not going to pay real estate taxes. So between not having mortgage insurance and not paying real estate taxes, that mortgage payment
Right.
is definitely affordable.
That's huge. Rob Langston is asking, where's your organization based out of? And I guess also what states can you accommodate with your services, right?
So right now, it's going to be a lot easier for me to tell you what states I can't do. And right now that's going to be California and New York.
Okay.
And I don't see that changing anytime in the future, but I personally handle Florida, Delaware, Connecticut, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, and also North Carolina.
Great.
Yep.
So when you say, and this has nothing to do with Mortgage Mom, but my son is also my business partner now. We've been working together since 2019.
Nice.
And he is a guru of guidelines. He hates when I say that, but he really has his finger on the pulse. And, between the two of us are able to definitely point everyone in the right direction. Whether it's a conventional loan or maybe a veteran has more money that they want to put down and maybe a VA loan isn't the best solution. So again, it's finding out what the goals are, it's game planning and just preparing everyone for home ownership.
Sure. What about Texas, Tennessee, those areas as well?
We can help them. And the great thing about my company is that we're in-house underwriting. And what I mean by that is we're not an internet company. My VA underwriter, and I'm gonna put her name out there because her son serves our country. And when I told her about our mission, she was extremely emotional about it as well and very grateful. So she is one of the best VA underwriters out there. A lot of times I had a veteran, he was actually active military, and he was stationed in Los Angeles. And the area that he was living he didn't feel safe for his family to be there. So they moved them to actually Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And he was so distraught over the fact that they owned a home in Las Vegas and didn't want to put his family into an apartment. He wanted to make sure that they could get home ownership. Well, with his entitlement, with his benefit, he was able to get another home in New Jersey while still owning a home in Las Vegas.
Great.
So, I mean, again, it's just being solution-based and being able to help people.
I was just thinking, do you have military or generations of military in your family?
I honestly do not have any military in my family, but I have close personal friends that just, I don't. So the answer is no, but it doesn't mean that my passion isn't any less.
No. Obviously, it's there, and the name, land served, land deserved, is perfect because that expresses your mission, your passion. I think it's great, and it's just like when veterans come home. Like, I don't know. I guess I don't know enough about what the VA does. Like, I just imagine them getting a load of information handed to them, but I guess they don't.
Or a load of pills, unfortunately.
With that,
or a load of pills, unfortunately, handed to them and just dismiss them. Yeah,
right.
It's a shame.
So from what I understand, and again, I'm going to learn more as I go along, but and it's funny because it's called TAPS, and they get, when they're leaving for their service, they do get information, but at that time, it just becomes so overwhelming that they really don't know what's available for them. So not only in the mortgage world, but, I want to be an advocate for them so we can help them through every journey.
Barry, your eyes are better than mine. Can you read Rob Lang's message?
Let's see. Rob said, some of the struggles we face trying to get a VA loan is how strict they are with what has to be fixed before they will fund the loan. Sometime picking it seems sometimes picking it. He has not got any better.
It's nitpicky.
Oh, nitpicky. Okay, he's right. Voice talking. He says, has that got any better, or do you all work to smooth that out? And I'm reading it in Rob's Southern accent. You all work to smooth that out.
Y'all take care of that.
Yeah.
And it definitely, the appraisal guidelines have definitely loosened up. They fall along the FHA guidelines, and mainly what they're looking for is just safety. So for instance, if you have 3 steps going up to get into the front door, there has to be a railing, right? That's a safety issue. Electricity needs to be on. But if there's little things that, like you say, nitpicking, no, not anymore. And we have an amazing appraisal company that we work for. So we're able to sometimes handpick the appraiser. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that, but we do. So no, the guidelines on appraisals have definitely loosened. And you know what's funny is a lot of realtors are hesitant about actually taking a VA loan. And I've called them on the phone and said, I have a VA buyer. This is why you should take the loan. And when I get done with them, they never realized, again, how the guidelines are. They just think that it's going to be a bad appraisal, home inspection is going to be a nightmare, and they're not going to get approved. With my company, they are already approved before they even go out to shop for a home. So when you have somebody's life like this on the line, you want to make sure that they're going to get to the table.
Especially someone who's served our country and sacrificed 100%. So much, right?
100%. So we make sure that our I's are dotted and our T's are crossed, and we know that that loan is going to get approved The only thing we need to do is actually get a home inspection and appraisal, and of course, the home of their dreams. But there's
Rob,
nothing, I will never tell someone, I'm sorry, your financing fell through.
Rob says TAPS needs to be uniform across the board. That's the reason I did not go with VA for my loan. Okay. And it sounds like if someone like Rob, for instance, doesn't have that advocate like Deanne here, that personal guidance is not there. And it sounds like that's exactly what you're doing and what is needed.
I wish I would have met Rob sooner. I'm sorry. But there's a lot of companies out there, and I would never talk badly about another mortgage company like United at, Veterans, but they're not part of the VA. So they're just using that name. They charge a lot of points, they charge a lot of fees, and a lot of times I'm picking up the mess after that, able to get the loans done. So again, it's just me getting my name out there, getting the trust and confidence of this community to be able to get it done.
Yeah, and I think, Barry, don't you think that's a big thing? Because as civilians, I mean, the three of us are civilians, but we're great patriots, and we have dear friends who have served, and
Right.
we have friends who haven't come home as well. And I think just building the trust, what Deanne just said, just, reminded me that as an advocate, when I brought in my nonprofit to include veterans, it was Leslie Nicole Smith, retired Army captain, who
Right.
I met through Barry. And that friendship, developed, and the trust came from because I'm a survivor and what I went through and sharing stories. And that's where we build a bond. But I think, what I love about you, Dan, is you're very open. I mean, that flight home from Florida was very enjoyable
It's great.
because, I do those puzzles. My husband and I do them just to pass the time, but it was fun. It was great meeting you, and you're very easy to talk to, and just, I like you. You're
Thank you.
enjoyable. And yeah, and I think, any veteran that meets you or any family that meets you will get that same vibe immediately. And,
Well, veterans are very good judges of people, obviously, for what they go on. That's why they're very,
Of course.
Yeah.
they usually like to stay with other veterans unless they really trust you and really realize that you're for real, not out for something, or you're a good person and you really.
Right. I mean, my mission is basically education first and home ownership second. Because
Nice.
if a veteran leaves a conversation with me better informed than when they first arrived, then I've done my job.
Sure. Yeah, Rob is United Veterans Mortgage is trash. A lot of hidden fees. Well, if you've been through it, I know you're speaking from truth, and I'm sorry you had to go through that as well. And yeah, we want nothing but the best for all our military men and women and their families.
Yeah.
What's your dream as far as the growth of land served, land deserved? What's the big vision? Because
So
we all have those big visions, heroic episodes, TV series as ours, right?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, 5 years from now, I want people saying that if you're a veteran and you want home ownership, land served, land deserved is where you need to start. And it's much bigger than the brand. I mean, I want it to be a legacy that my son takes over, that maybe other people, other loan officers. I mean, there's so many people out there that really need help. And
Yeah.
and again, it's a journey, it's a path. Maybe you don't have the best credit score right now. Maybe you were late on some payments. Well, let's sit down, let's talk, let's get a game plan, and
Right.
let's see what we need to do, because credit is fixable, right?
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
going to happen overnight. It took a while to get the credit
Yep.
damaged, so it's not going to be fixed overnight. But we do
Yeah.
a simulator, we give a game plan. If you follow the path, I will get you a home.
Incredible.
That's awesome. And
Yeah.
oh boy, do I know that, because following my assault, an entire year just was like a blackout, and
Yeah.
the bills piled up. And one of my close friends literally laid all my bills out on the floor. And I just remember sobbing because it just felt like a mountain.
Yeah.
And I had never had bad credit. I was always working 2, 3 jobs,
Sure.
So to see my life crumble, and that financial part became just like a mountain that I thought I could never rebuild. And
Right.
if it wasn't for them holding my hand and guiding me and literally calling every utility company and just explaining that, she was in the hospital, she was assaulted,
Right.
she was recovering, this is a process. And, so that you're doing that, you're giving that kind of, like you said, holding hand, guiding, supporting, lifting up, elevating. There's a lot of words for it.
Yeah.
I love that because I've been there, and it could be really, it just gets you down because you feel like, oh, I'm defeated,
Right.
and you're already healing physically and emotionally. Vince Beauvais, we love you. That's Uncle Vince. Yeah, he's saying this show's great that we have information for veterans and getting it out there. But that's a huge help when someone's going through that, especially someone in the military returning home.
Yeah. And it's hard for the spouses, whether it's a male or a female.
Sure.
It's hard. I mean, it's an adjustment, and they want to start their life into a new home and, have their family there, or maybe start a family. I mean, it even boils down to, their dog having an opportunity to run in the backyard that's all fenced in. I mean, it's
Oh, yeah.
little things like that. And the realtors that I work with are amazing as well. They're, I only work with realtors that have the same passion that I do. We're not, I don't want anybody that's commission breath, because it's really, my goal isn't to just originate another loan. My goal is to make sure that every veteran understands the benefits through the service. That's it. And if one veteran understands the message and I can help them, then,
Sure.
we're making a difference.
Barry, can you read Barrett's message?
I'd be glad to, because he gave us a nice compliment.
Okay.
He said, "Deanne, you're in good company here with Lisa and the goat."
That's Barry.
That's great.
Even though he's really the goat, but I let him call me that. Even though none of you all serve, you all are amazing patriots, and thank each of you for your unwavering support of veterans. So that means a lot.
That does mean a lot.
That
Thank
does
you.
mean a lot.
Yeah. That's great.
Absolutely.
Just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, Deanne will
Thank
definitely.
you, Rob. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Rob. We'll introduce you to Barry's friends, my friends, anyone in the military and their families. I think, I imagine you up at 6 a.m. like a firecracker working long days. Am I right?
Yes. And, everybody asks me what my hobby is. And,
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what do you do for fun? Espresso martinis, maybe?
Espresso martinis for sure. That's one of them. I enjoy playing golf, but my phone is never turned off. And, my son's the same way. This is my passion. So it's not even it's corny. I don't want to sound cliche, because that is not who I am. It is actually my mission. I mean, at 9 o'clock at night, if the phone rings and I see that it's a borrower, I'm answering the phone. I was in the middle of dinner, and I have a woman that's purchasing a home on her own, who's going through a divorce, and she was in a major panic. And I pick up the phone and I talk to her. I mean, it's just, that's what I do for fun. So I go on vacations, but I still work the whole time, playing golf when I can, because I love beating my husband and my son. But
I've only had 2 lessons, but I love it. I love golf, and I hope once I can not embarrass myself, I'm going to give you a call so we can go out and golf.
Let's embarrass ourselves together. So don't wait.
Okay. I love it. I never thought it. Did you ever golf, Barry? Do you like it?
I remember when I lived in PA, I was on a golf course, and I took a couple lessons and I played a couple games. It was actually fun, and the instructor said I picked it up pretty quick, so I never really followed up with it, but I had a good time. It was fun. So.
We'll have to get you back out on the course.
I'll join you guys, embarrass myself with you guys too.
We'll embarrass ourselves together, but it's definitely a mental game. So, if you're preoccupied, because a lot of times I get yelled at because I'm in the cart and I'm on the phone and I'm crunched down, and my husband's like, I can still hear you. But it is a mental game, so you have to really be focused. And I like that because sometimes it's a release, and when you release, you get to refocus. So that's the part I enjoy.
Do you want to hear my?
Not as easy as it looks, that's for sure.
It is not easy.
Oh,
Should I tell my funny golf story?
oh yeah.
Before I met you, Barry,
Yeah,
I had an appointment with a photographer for headshots. And it was before I worked on All My Children, before I knew about Barry Morgenstein. And I went to Anthony, I can't even remember his last name, studio. It was pouring rain. And I learned really fast living in New York City, when it's pouring rain, no umbrella, you're going to pay $30 from someone on a corner selling umbrellas, right? And I didn't have $30, starving artist. So got to the studio, up the elevator door opens. There's Anthony, the photographer, and there's this man with a beautiful smile looking at me. And they're like, wow, you need a towel? And I'm like, yes, I do. So I'm soaking wet. And Anthony says, Lisa, this is Tiger. And I said, oh my God, your first name's Tiger? That's so cool. And Anthony says his last name this is Tiger Woods. And I said, oh my God, Tiger in the Woods? Wow, that's so cool. And he's just smiling.
You didn't.
Yes, I did. And he's just smiling, shaking his head, said goodbye. The elevator door closes. Anthony, the photographer, looks at me and he goes, Lisa, you don't play golf, do you? And I said, no, why would I do that? Why would I play golf? I'm here to act and make films. What the heck?
That's great. That's a good story.
Yes,
Rob is giving your email, so we can forward that to you. He wants to talk to you privately. So Rob's giving his email here.
Okay.
So we'll get that to you.
Perfect.
Oh, good. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'll be happy to talk with you, Rob. Thank you.
So that's my golf story.
That's a good golf story.
landdeserved.com. It's a brand new website that's up, but they can go there and provide their contact information, and you'll be able to reach out to them. And
absolutely.
What's the first thing you do? You give them a call, you set up a Zoom meeting, or how do you first meet?
It depends. It depends on what they're looking for. If they want to do a Zoom, that's great. I'll be more than happy to. If they're local, we can meet in person. Whatever they want to do, it doesn't matter. I'm easy, as long as I can get them the information, whatever they're comfortable with.
Well,
it's funny how we do Zoom now, right? We're not going and meeting in person.
Right.
Everybody
does Zoom, but I like it. I mean, it works.
Yeah, I think for first meetings. Yeah, for first meeting. Obviously, for this, it brings us together tonight.
As long as we're not having a bad hair day, it's fine.
Yeah. Or tech issues, which I always seem to have.
I was really nervous about the microphone. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't hear you. But that was totally my fault. I have speakers because of all the things that I listen to, and I never turned them on. But anyway, it worked out.
It did, and we're glad that it did, and we're so happy you were here tonight. And Rob, thanks for Tiger in the Woods is so funny. I just spit my coffee. Yeah. And I was a brunette. I wasn't a blonde then.
So you didn't have an excuse.
He was at the height of his
career. The Tiger Woods at the time. He was already pretty famous.
Oh my God, yeah, he was at the height of his career.
Really?
That's why Anthony looked at me and went,
"Yeah,
you don't golf?" And I'm like, "No, why would I golf?" Huh?
I'm in New York City.
Yeah, I'm in New York, man. I'm pursuing film.
That's great.
But anyway, I wish could have met him with knowledge of that. But for our veterans who are out there, anyone that is listening, Deanne is passionate and we love her mission. Barry and I are just so grateful to have you here tonight. And I totally understand that feeling of purpose. And I think there's nothing like it. It really gives you that purpose. Like, Barry is the only photographer that will give veterans a discount. His passion for our military is, I think we all share that. And that's why we're all here tonight.
Absolutely.
So we will continue to share land served, land deserved. And I know that we agree that our veterans have served our land, and they surely, surely do deserve all the benefits that they've earned, rightfully so. And next week, we will have Navy SEAL Bill Brown with us as our guest. He is the founder of the New York City SEAL Swim in the Hudson, which I still can't believe they do that. They swim in the Hudson. It's incredible.
That sounds like an amazing show. That's great.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate the opportunity to help get my mission out there,
Yeah, we're glad to spread the word, for
and
sure.
to be able to talk to people. I really, really appreciate you both. Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for being
you.
with us.
We look forward to continued
Excited to
conversations.
share your information too.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And Barry and I would love to have you back again.
Yeah.
I would love to come back on and tell you the success stories that happened because of this episode.
Oh,
That would be
Yeah.
that would
amazing.
be amazing. That would be great. We love it.
I like that.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it after we play golf.
Yes. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. We'll see you next Thursday, 7 p.m. here live at Heroic Episodes with Navy SEAL Bill Brown. And don't forget, when someone shares their story, it can be healing because you never know who's listening. God bless. Have a great night.
Bye all.
Bye.
Good night.